Hey everyone, welcome to a very special edition of H2OMG YardSmart Spring 2020.
Yay.
Thank you. So let's go around the table and talk about who we are real quick.
So my name is Hilda Zuniga. I will be doing the YardSmart in Español, which is the second time we have it. And so we're very, very excited. I hope everybody comes and joins and enjoys what we are about to do.
And we're hoping to grow it.
Yes, that is the idea, to grow this and make it fun and accessible to everyone, especially those obviously that speak Spanish.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get into more detail about that.
It's ready to go on.
I'm Michelle Birmingham, and I will be the lead for the English YardSmart, and I've been doing it for 82 years.
Feels
Beat
that
you.
way.
I did it for 100 years.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you're at 160.
And I'm Katie Holloway. I don't know why I'm on the podcast today, but I oversee the groups that I'm part of the groups that help put this on. So,
Well, I don't know why I'm here either.
yeah, okay. Two of us.
Well,
then.
that's an existential question that you need to deal with off of the podcast.
Me and Katie will be at YardSmart.
We have the
So-
vision. I have the vision
I was like,
moving
you have the
forward.
vision moving
Yeah.
forward. That's why you're
the
here.
vision.
And you're facilitating the podcast too.
That's true. I'm pressing the buttons.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
And I wrote down the little questions to ask. So
Yeah,
that's
have
why
something
I'm
to
here.
do. Yeah.
we all have our role.
Katie's here because we have 4 microphones.
Yes. Somebody needs to sit at the other microphone.
So let's talk YardSmart. So this year is a little bit more complicated because we have English and Spanish in 2 separate locations. So where's YardSmart happening?
So it traditionally happens at Botanic Gardens, and that's where the
Fort
English
Worth
portion.
Botanic Gardens.
Yes, Fort Worth Botanic Gardens, centrally located right outside of downtown. We're really excited because it's recently had some renovations, so I think it'll be add a nice little updated element to people who want to attend. So that's where the English will be hosted this spring.
And then the Spanish will take place just across the gardens there at the BRIT Institute, which is, I think the address there is 1700 University Drive. And so we'll be there, and that is a very nice facility as well. And aside from us providing information, they can just visit the institute and learn more about native plants.
Yeah, it's a really cool building. So the YardSmart English will be at the Botanic Gardens, and YardSmart Español will be at the Botanic Research Institute of Texas, right next door.
They share
Same
the same,
parking lot.
same
They share a
parking
parking
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
Basically. So easy to find. And what time are we getting started?
So the programming doesn't start till 8:30, but we ask people to get there at 8 because we have some tables and informational things for people to look at. Also, give yourself time to walk in and that kind of things. We might have some light refreshments. So you can come and
Very light.
yes. And
We haven't actually said when this is. This is taking place Saturday.
This Saturday,
March 7th,
yes.
This Saturday.
yeah, so jump
March
on
7th, 2020. So if you're listening in the future,
The
Sorry.
passes.
sorry about that.
It happens every year.
Yeah, it happens twice a year.
Twice.
it.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
we will have a fall one.
Yeah.
For
so
sure.
So where can people go to find out more information and to register? By the way, it's free, but we ask people to register so we'll know how many people are coming, that kind of thing. So where can people go to register? And
SaveFortWorthWater.org, and they can click classes and events and get to it there. Just click YardSmart. You can also find us through the main water department page if you go to conservation, and then you kind of go down the tree there. And so we have registration through Eventbrite. That's mostly just so we could kind of get a feel for how many people are coming. But if for some reason you can't do that, every now and then the website acts up, you can actually just show up and just register that morning. So don't let the fact that you were unable or ran out of time or weren't totally sure if you're going to make it, so you didn't want to go through Eventbrite just yet, just show up that morning and we'll let you in. Unless we exceed fire code, which we've never done before, but is a goal. So, yeah, we'll let you in.
It's gonna be nice though. I mean, 64 and sunny, so it should be
Yeah.
a nice day for it.
Well, and this is the time for everybody to start thinking about planting their garden. And so we'll have a lot of information that relates to that. And hopefully some experts there that might touch your interest on what specific plants you are thinking about.
So talking about the experts that are coming, let's talk about a couple of things that are on the schedule that people can come and learn more about. So
for the Spanish seminar, we have Árboles Frutales del Norte de Texas, which are fruit trees specific to, or that they do good in North Texas, which include peaches and plums and figs. So, that all of those I have at home, and I know they do very, very good. And they don't use a lot of water, so we'll be talking about that. And then we'll also be talking about drip irrigation. And we have an expert that does that on a regular basis. Basically, that's her job. So she'll give you lots of good information on that. And then vegetables, how do we grow vegetables that are native to this area and that they do good and won't need a lot of water.
And
so
then,
that's for the Spanish.
And then both English and Spanish at noon is the Ask the Experts panel. So that's a more interactive thing where you can ask all the people who participated and gave presentations questions that you have.
Yes,
and they can be all over the place.
Yes.
Random questions.
Yeah.
You got something funky on a rose bush.
Yeah.
Actually, you probably need to burn that rose bush down, but that's another conversation. But, we've had people bring in like sprigs, take pictures with their phone with questions, some sort of mite or something on a leaf or
that's normally one of my favorite parts about YardSmart because you have no idea the direction of things that are going to come up, but you also learn a lot.
Oh,
yes, you do. And after listening to this podcast, I mean, this is enough time to go out the garden and check what's going on in your garden, what is not doing very well, that you can maybe bring that question up to the experts on Saturday.
That's good.
Yeah.
So what do we have going on for the English, Michelle?
On the English side, we got multiple speakers. 8:30 is Kim Conroe with Native Plant Society, Plants for North Texas Landscapes. Of course, that's kind of our angle here with all of this is we're trying to encourage you to plant wisely so that you use less water for your landscape and to show you that you can have vegetables, you can have fruit trees, you can have an attractive landscape and still be efficient and manageable with your water. So that's at 8:30 for Plants for North Texas Landscapes. 9:30 is Water Conservation Landscape by Design, Plant Selection and Irrigation Efficiency. It's a little mouthy, but what we're trying to do is just a broad coverage of kind of landscape design, touch on irrigation as well, and to kind of give you confidence to go in and, kind of redo a garden bed or an area of your lawn.
And that's presented by Dr. Dottie Woodson.
Yeah, always a favorite, local favorite.
Local famous
horticulturalist.
Yeah,
yep. And then at 11 a.m. is vegetable gardening. So people love to grow their vegetables. The average freeze, I believe, is usually mid-March is the last one. And that's a big marker for all kinds of plantings. Getting in your garden, putting seed out into your garden. So this really is kind of at the perfect time to get you really thinking. I've been itching to put stuff in my garden. I actually almost put some seeds down, and then we had that like 30 degree, and I was like, my seedlings would have died.
Yeah. I don't have a yard anymore, so.
You don't?
Yeah.
You could do boxes. You have a little balcony, right?
I could.
You could do, a couple little boxes.
I could do
Yeah. So be patient, but this is the
Mm-hmm.
time to start really thinking about it and planning, because it's Texas, and like in a blink of an eye, it'll be hot, and then it'll be too hot to establish your plants.
I'm waiting for that.
And everything will die. So we got a little like a 2-month window to get everything done.
Do we want to mention the breakfast?
The what?
The breakfast.
Yeah, we provide food. Shh, don't tell anybody. So Yeah, we don't publicize it except here on the podcast.
Exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive.
All our Japanese listeners are gonna be jealous of the breakfast that we have.
Hey, number 72.
So something else we can mention is that we will have a table with activities for children. So if you have some kids that you do not know where to leave them at, because you really want to come to YardSmart, we'll have some activities for them to do while you're doing and learning some other good information.
The Kids Corner.
The Kids Corner, yes.
Who did the really cool plant on a skateboard Kids Corner sign?
I think
You guys
it
know?
was
No?
you,
Was it me?
the artistic genius of the group.
I want to hang that on my cubicle wall after it's over, if that's okay.
Fantastic. Oh, I was going to add too about the breakfast. We understand that having people sit through 4 sessions is a lot. So we try to have something there to kind of keep you guys going. And then the other thing to note too is we would love for you to come in the morning and stay through the whole session. We think there's a lot for you to get out of it. But if for some reason you can only make 1 or 2, I mean, that's okay too. Fine. We have people who show up just for the expert panel because they just got a couple of quick questions. So
don't feel like if you don't come at 8:30.
Yeah, if you can't hit the 8:30
missed
one.
it.
Yeah, maybe you need to get a yoga class before you come over, and you're all sweaty and you can't be ready in time, so you can only hit up the 9:30.
Well, there's plenty of stuff going on.
Yeah.
All day until
1-ish.
Around 1-ish. So.
And we should give you a heads up. The AXA expert panel, that only goes as long as people have questions. So we've had years where it's literally done in 20 minutes or where it's going overtime and we're like, people, we pay for this spot. You gotta get out of here. So what I'm trying to say is like, if you want if you want to ask the experts panel, you really need to be there on time just in case it runs short for some reason because there's not enough questions.
And we mentioned earlier that we plan to do YardSmart bigger and better. And so we do have a survey, and that we would really appreciate everybody to taking the time in completing it. And so that's going to help us to figure out what the public really wants to learn about. How do they imagine YardSmart could be? So again, just take your time. It won't take you more than 3 minutes to give us some feedback and let us know what you want to know.
So, YardSmart's been around for quite a while. I think Hilda said 160 years.
Yeah. Something like that.
And so we wanted to change things up and make it, just make it a little bit fresher, right? I don't know how to say that, how kids would say that.
Old person.
The kids these
What
days.
are the kids doing these days? The Snapchats.
I'd ask my kid how to say it, but all he says is no. So, so let's talk about the future of YardSmart. What we've got in store for the future.
Yeah. So I mean, like you were saying, we want to improve on this. And in the past, historically, we've kind of kept the format the same. I mean, it's been the same year in and year out, and we've gotten a lot of really good feedback. But we do want to expand on that, and we don't want it to just be sort of us coming up with ideas because we're not doing this program for our enjoyment necessarily. We have fun with it.
We're running out of ideas.
Yeah.
We've been doing it too long.
But I mean, really though, I mean, if we're doing this for our customers, we want to know what our customers want to know about. I mean, that's with all of our programs within Fort Worth Water. We're doing a lot of needs-based evaluations right now and moving forward because we want to be able to hear what do our customers want, not just something that, hey, we're just pulling stuff out of a hat and making decisions for ourselves. So like Hilda said, we're going to be doing a survey. We're going to offer it there in paper. We'll also have it online because it is through SurveyMonkey, so we can put links up on social media to do it. And so we'll be distributing it out. We really want to know what people want. So exploring different topics. Are they happy with local experts, or would they like to hear from some national experts? Because we can bring people in. That's something that's never really been explored before, is bringing outside speakers in. So we really want to look into that. And we want to make this more of a family-friendly event. And so that's one of the things. We've had some kids that have showed up in the past who have been incredibly bored. And I mean, it's set up lecture style. So for a kid, that would be, kind of rough to get through. And so in the future, the dream would be to kind of have it like where it's a day camp for kids. They learn the same types of things that you're learning, but at a level that kids would appreciate.
And I was going to say too, I think, YardSmart has been at the time over 10 years old, right? For sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure, at
Yeah.
least 15.
15. So, I mean, at the time, offering this kind of classes was, dare I say, revolutionary. I mean,
Oh,
we were
absolutely.
way ahead of the game, pat
Yeah.
ourselves on the back. And now everybody's caught up with us. And because we're Fort Worth, we're going to push the envelope. So,
Well-
and I think that's a lot of it. There are a lot of similar classes offered by other cities, other organizations. And so we just need to, it's time to take the next step forward.
Yeah, and I think making it more of that family orientation, I think, is going to really help too, because I mean, we have to, yes, the people that we've been hitting for the last 15 years, I mean, that audience, they're grown, retiring. We need to hit the kids more, especially with stuff like this, because it is a lot of fun. I mean, there's not a whole lot of kids anymore or young adults that have an interest in gardening, and so we need to kind of revitalize that and bring that back.
Yeah, I didn't grow an interest in gardening until I was 33, so
See?
it takes a while.
See, we could have hit you when you were like 10.
Yeah, I could have. If I'd seen that plant on a skateboard, I would have been all over that.
But I mean, even too, like, I mean, I have a son and he finds it fun, but I mean, kids tend to listen to other adults better than they
Yes.
listen to you.
Oh, yeah. And if they're with a group of other kids
Yeah.
doing the same thing,
And it's going to
showing
be fun.
interest.
It's going to be fun. It's not going to be
Yeah.
kids sitting there listening to a lecture. No, it's going to be hands-on. It's going to be exciting. I mean, it's going to be a day camp. So I'm excited for that part. But we want to know what our customers, if that's something that they are interested in. If we do offer a day camp, is it just going to be me making seed bombs by myself, or or will people actually bring their kids and stuff? So yeah, we're really interested in that.
So like Katie and Hilda mentioned, keep an eye out on our social media for that, the link to the survey after it's over. And if you attend, we'll also have it in paper that you can fill out right there. And we really want to know what you guys think and what you want to see. We've also forgot to mention that in addition to the schedule with the information and the presentations, we also have booths that local organizations set up. So what are some of those that are attending this year, Michelle?
We have Keep Fort Worth Beautiful.
We'll have the library.
Yeah.
We'll have the nature center coming up and joining us. And then also lots of water education from our department. So there's other tables, other community agencies that are coming. I think we also have a table for compost to teach people about that. And so there's a lot of good information, not only from the water department, from other city departments and other city organizations that will all be talking about in the same lines of water conservation. So come out. And again, if you just cannot make it on Saturday, we also have the monthly water saving seminars that also relate to the same topic.
Yeah.
And so if you just cannot, because I think the weather is going to be like excellent.
Yeah.
You also have the opportunity to join us starting March the 12th all the way to
November.
So again, we have very good information that we would like to share with everyone.
Yeah. If you just search our website for,
Yeah. If you go to
Water
the same
saving
spot
seminar.
where we have this information, it's there too.
and those are all free too.
Those are all free. We also ask that you register there as well. So
If you're listening to this on March 7th at 1:30 p.m. and you just realize you've just missed YardSmart, don't worry, because there's another one coming up in September. What's the exact date for that, Michelle? Do we have a date?
First
set?
Saturday in September.
is it the first Saturday?
Yes.
I was like, I
want to say September 7th. I want to
Seventh.
say
Sounds-
7th.
September
The 7th
7th
sounds
familiar.
right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And we probably don't even have it up online yet. Yeah. The 7th sounds right. Double check.
So we do two. What I'm saying is we do 2 YardSmarts a year. So get ready, and they're different because it's at different times of the. Well, forget it.
Yeah, and even in the fall one too, we're looking to kind of do a mini rollout of all this feedback we're getting. So the big kickoff with all the new stuff, more speakers, more exhibit tables, kids stuff that we're looking at doing this time next year. But in the fall, we're kind of gonna do a little bit of testing to see, hey, work out some kinks and stuff before the big spring one too. So we're gonna be making some changes to the fall one as well.
Yeah.
If you don't follow us on Facebook, you should. We
You
have
should.
an English Facebook and a Spanish Facebook, Fort Worth Water and Fort Worth Agua. We have events listed on both our Facebooks, and that includes the full schedule and the links to where to go to register. So check that out. I think that's all we have to say about YardSmart. Come on out.
Join us.
Yeah.
Learn.
It's always fun.
It
It's
is
always
really fun.
People
yeah.
always are excited.
Everybody's really friendly, and they want to help you
Yeah.
with your garden. So
Talking about plants, I mean, it's fun.
yeah. So come on out Saturday, March 7th, starting at 8 a.m. is when the doors open, and then 8:30 is when the first
Classes in session.
classes in session. And like we said, at Botanic Research Institute of Texas is where the YardSmart Espanol will be taking place. And then right next door at the Fort Worth Botanic Gardens is where YardSmart English will be happening. And so come on out.
I would like to ask everybody to share this information with other people.
Yes,
You know,
please.
we know that your podcast, Joe Michael, reaches thousands and thousands of people,
Yep.
but
Hundreds of thousands.
But we would like to ask you that is listening, please share this information with other people. I know that there is lots of interest in learning about what is native to our plants, what is native to our area, and what doesn't use a lot of water. So this is the opportunity to learn about that, and it's completely free.
Well, plus it's just fun to take a friend to some, this
Exactly.
kind of stuff.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of the gardening, the aspect, it's the community that is formed around this sort of stuff. So it's always fun to bring somebody else that you know.
Yeah. And you can look up gardening stuff online, but it's not always going to pertain to the area that you live in. And these people are
Exactly.
local experts, and they're talking about stuff that's good to grow locally and will help you save water that way. So
Yeah. And I just wanted to add that, our experts here are all people who are in the horticultural industry and or have multiple degrees in horticulture. So these are people that
That is their job, basically, you know.
Yeah, no, it
I
is,
mean,
yeah.
these truly are, we don't use the term experts lightly. I mean, these are the people who produce materials
Exactly.
that this is their job, to know our soils, know our weather, know the plants, and to help people make the right choices with their plants. So we didn't hire the guy off the corner to do this job.
Thank goodness.
oh, the guy at the corner, his flowers look great.
They are.
The tomatoes. Oh gosh.
Well, so that being said, we'll see you at YardSmart this Saturday, March 7th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bright and
We'll
early.
see everybody there.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. See you then.
All 15 Japanese are going to fly in for this.
How do you say bye in Japanese?
Sayonara.
I don't know.